got to drive, who knew? Okay, this is going to be a little bit of a different video. This is not a vlog, as I've tried vlogging when driving, and apparently those videos were pretty boring because nobody really want no. Oh wow, lots of snow up there. So this is going to be a little random. It's as uncut as possible. But this means it's oil change day. Well, it just happens to be. So I haven't done a how-to video since changing a trimmer belt, and that one was pretty fun. So I just thought I'd do this, not because no one knows how to change oil, but just for fun. I need something different to edit, I guess, as if I didn't have enough to do already. But yeah, it's a pretty cold day. I think it's in the 40s maybe, and we've got someone else behind me. So it's overcast, lots of snow on the mountains. We've had lots of rain, praise the Lord. And I'm going to take my usual turn because we're starting to get hot. Alright. Okay. I got to show you this mountain. Too hot, so I'm gonna shut it off. But there it is. Look at that, Mount Lassen, pure white, lots of snow. That's how I like to see it. All right, we are close to operating temperature, so I'm probably gonna have to let this cool for a while. And the battery's dying on the camera, not the car. Thankfully. So. Okay, all kinds of stuff happening today. Okay. Anyway, we're gonna make it. Okay. So, oh, it's warm. I should not open this because it says danger. Never open when hot. So, but before a snow trip, you do want to check this now. I think it's this one. And looks like we're in between minimum and max. Yeah. That's good. I mean, I don't want to put too much in it. Oops. Then comes the hard part of getting this thing onto the ramps. These things. Make sure this stays up. Did I get them? Okay, and now that we've got that up, it's the perfect temperature. So we can begin to go underneath. And actually, I'll open that one later. This is where I need to go. Nice and wet. It's nice to have a board if you don't, because this is wet. Look where it's pointing now. Okay. So at this point, wow. Looks like it's dripping.
Oh no.
Sorry about that. I'll leave you up to you. Okay. So here is where I need to be. Don't zoom on it, okay?
Okay.
The oil's gonna go out towards the back. It looks like it's dripping, which is a little bit concerning. So, might have to see about the seal on that. Okay. I'm gonna get the tools for this. Okay, this one seems to be the right size, but we're missing a handle to turn it. Let's see if we got one that's close to the right size. Okay, that's too small. This one is also too small. Yeah, I need to find the other one. Yeah, see?
Oh.
It's not holding. Alright, so we're going to try these two. Okay, that's good. Now it's just a matter of which ratchet I like. Okay. This one feels like it's about to, whoops, about to fall off. Okay. Let me have it a little bit. Okay. So, what we're gonna do is get the ratchet going the right direction to loosen it, which is probably the other way from where I'm going. So I'm gonna twist that, and let's see. Oh, that was strong. Okay, and you can see it's coming loose. Not yet. It's a wild ride here. Okay, so we want the pan to be ready to catch it. It's probably, at this point, it's going to shoot out like that. So at this point, I can finger tighten it and let the engine cool down just enough so that I can actually touch this without screaming. No, I don't scream, but I might yell. Okay, so and it's going to start to drip a little bit, so I try not to get this on my arm, but almost never successful. Okay, and a few drips there. Move this back again. Well, yeah, we don't want that, do we? Okay, and go! Whoa! I just barely had it back enough. You see it hit the back wall of the pan. Alright. And this is the color of blackstrap molasses, so it's definitely... Yeah, you don't want blackstrap molasses colored oil in your car, because that's... Yeah, and we're going to need to pull it back some. Okay. Strap. As you can see, my hand is covered with oil. How does it look?
Dirty. Like oily.
Now this, I think this is supposed to seal it. Splashing around the edge. So, it seems to be working. Okay, we got the drip. Now, I'm going to put this aside. Hand's still oily. I'm going to grab the oil filter. Come around this side.
This way?
Yep. Around here. Over here. There we go. Bring it down. You need to be over here. See that gray thing there?
Yeah.
Point it at that gray thing.
Where I can
This?
see.
Okay.
I'm gonna zoom in.
Maybe you shouldn't because that uses more battery.
Okay.
Zoom out.
Yeah.
Okay.
I saw it. I got it.
Okay, hand it to me. Okay, so we're gonna take off oil filter. So with it still dripping here, I'm gonna need to pull this over a bit. I should probably move the board though because it just very carefully. So it's a good idea to, now I do this hand tightness because you don't want to ruin it by pulling too tight. This usually has quite a bit of oil in it too. Just gonna go. It's a very messy job. You're gonna want to wear clothes that you don't mind if you get a bit of oil on. And generally I would do this faster, but I'm doing it one-handed, so there we go. Dump all the excess oil out of that thing. And pull this back so that it will drain out of there. It's funny to have it tucked right next to the part for the wheel there. That doesn't seem to be a problem anyway. Okay, let's shake this out. Okay. Yep, when the oil is that black, it needs to be changed. So, old filter, and then we're gonna get the new filter. To give you an idea, I've done this before, but let's do it again.
Your hands are.
Now this one, well, I'm gonna touch it with my cleaner hand, you see. There we go. And yeah, so clean oil filter, dirty oil filter. This one still has oil in it, of course. Not too close now. And the other one's clean. So I forgot to open this up because this helps the oil to drain out. Generally, you want to open this first. It's also where you put the keep pointing. It's also where you put the new oil in. And now that's kind of like opening another hole in a bottle you're pouring water out of. Goes a little bit faster. Over here. So this had some dead bugs in it right there, so we don't want any of those in the engine. So I'm going to wipe this out. Okay. It's not going to be perfectly clean or smell very good, but
Thanks, I can really smell it.
That's the smell of oil and baby wipes.
Oh.
Just to point, it's probably not recommended to clean with baby wipes. That's just what I had. In fact, I'll get some paper and I'll dry it, you know, just to avoid any extra stuff in there. Alright, now before we put the new oil in, you have to close up the hole we made at the bottom. So let's do that now. So with the paper on my hand, I pick up the old filter so I don't get no oil on my hands. You can see it's very oily. And put it in the new box.
Close it up.
Yeah, I'm gonna need to drain it again. There's oil collector at the bottom of it. Okay. Now, I'm gonna put on the new oil filter. So what you do is take a finger, dip it in the oil, and then wipe it around the edge. And this will help it make a nice tight seal.
Now you got your hand dirty again.
Yeah, I'll clean it. It'll be fine. So then, yeah. Okay, now on my hands. So we'll take and we'll put it on here. There we go. And up here is where it connects. So we're gonna spin it until it gets tight. Then I like to tighten it, quarter or maybe 2/3 more turn. Anyway, I just tighten it till it feels like I shouldn't tighten it anymore, but not too tight because I don't want to force it. Okay. Now.
Go around.
Right there. Okay, now we're going to plug this thing back up. And so to do that, we're going to come over here where we can see that it is dripping. And we're going to put this back in. And for starters, we're going to finger tighten it. She's going to be good at this when she's older.
Me?
Yes, you. Okay, so I'm going to finger tighten it, and then can you hand me the ratchet, please? Thank you. Okay.
Oil.
Yeah, it's a messy job. Okay, so we're going to need to change the direction on this. And then tighten it. Again, being careful not to tighten it too much. Just enough. There we go, so that we know that the oil is not going to come out. And sometimes when you do this, it gets stuck on there, so I'm going to have to... Oh, there we go. Okay. So that part is done, and now we put in the fresh oil. 5W20, that's specific for this type of vehicle. So that's something you'll check before you put in the oil, is what type that you're... I don't know that that's that important, but that says for gasoline engines. Wouldn't want to put diesel oil in gasoline engine. Okay, so at the top, I'm just going to carefully, like this, and then I'm going to pull it off with my fingers. Because there's a seal on it, see, which I just poked a hole. Not that close, we don't need to see inside. Just pull back a bit. There. I just need to see the top, okay? they don't want to bathe in the oil. That's right. How many of you would like a cold oil bath? I don't think so. I don't blame you at all. Okay, let's soften. Just being very careful not to drop any of these little metal pieces into the oil, because that would be bad for the engine as well.
You pour all of that in?
Almost all of it. So this is a 5-quart container. Show the whole container. So we'll pour in 4.5 quarts out of this.
Like half?
No, it's 5, and we'll pour in 4.
Okay.
Half would be 2.5. Okay, so I'm gonna and then
orange.
Yeah, follow this though. So we're gonna pour the oil. You see, this is how oil looks when it's fresh, so you can tell how far gone, because it was this color when we first put it in. So we're gonna pour this, and this is why we closed everything up at the underside. I think I may have done it once where I didn't close the underside, and well, you know what happened. The oil just poured onto the ground. But I think if I remember right, I caught it before I went too far. So here are the measurements. So we're at 3 quarts. so we're gonna go down to maybe here. So continue to pour. And check the levels again, and it's getting close. So let's pour again. A little bit more. What I'll do when it gets flat is I'll check with a dipstick. So I'll just put a little bit more in here, and then if I need to put more, I'll check it with a dipstick. But it's pretty closely 2 quarts, but if it needs any, I'll check with this thing over here, which we can't do because it's not flat, so it'll show maybe that it's empty, but it isn't empty. Okay.
What is that?
Yeah, that's a dipstick.
That's where we just put it.
Mm-hmm. So we'll drain it off. And we'll put the lid back on, of course, because we don't want to lose that. It's nice they tell you what type of oil it needs right on the thing here. It's 5W20. Okay, whoop. Dripping onto the engine. That's not good. Okay.
It's bent.
Kind of. Maybe I shouldn't have tightened it that much. Yeah, that's some kind of damage.
We have.
Okay, so now, stand back. Now we're going to close the hood. Not quite all the way because we're not done. And then we're going to move the oil from under here. I remember one time I backed down with it on here. I think I missed it, but you know, just in case, you don't want to spill this all over. Once again, very brown. We can even see our reflections. Hello! Okay. So, this part we didn't show, but as an extra safety, back up a little bit. I'm going to put the stones behind the wheels, so just in case something happens with the brakes or the park, which is kind of rare, just in case the wheels will roll back into these stones and you won't crash and destroy your garage or roll down a hill or something terrible like that. Alright. I'm going to give it a start right after, I went 1.8 miles. Okay. It's going to sound a lot happier now. So we're going to put it in reverse and slowly come down for these ramps. Have both feet on the brakes for good measure. Okay. Alright, now let's get it on a nice and flat place, and then once it's flat we'll check the oil again. Okay, over here. So now it may be kind of hard to see because it's so clear, and hopefully it's settled down. Well, I know there's oil in there because I just put it in. So, not seeing it though. Okay, that just means that we'll put more oil in. It's a little close. We're gonna get people knocked in the head here. it's been a while since I've changed this particular one. It's probably, well, as we saw from the oil, it's overdue, so that's probably why I don't. Okay, so I was nowhere near 4.5, but it should be better. Okay, you see right there, that's half a quart. And so now, when we check the oil, not the battery, but the oil. Let's see now. There, that is what we want to see. Can you see that?
Yeah, kind of.
Back up a little bit. There. It's right in between those two dots is where you want to see it. Because that's fill level. Each vehicle is slightly different, but that's the way it is for this one. So again, yes, it's right in between those two holes. And so we're going to put this in very carefully. I may pour just a little bit more in because I see now that, not so close, I see now that it's sitting on the flat space that's all the way up, so just a touch on the low side. One thing, you can always put oil in, it's a lot harder to take the oil out. So we're going to stop there. And pull this out, catch it. Put this back on.
We turn it around. That around.
And we're just going to put this down. But we're going to check the oil again really quick.
Where? You're not pouring it out. Shoot.
Yeah, I'm going to check it again.
Oh, that.
Yes.
I thought.
No, we're not going to empty it. No. Not after all that work. Okay.
Dad.
All right, that's about right. That's right in between, closer to full. So that's how we want it. All right. Stay here. I'm gonna run to the front.
This is a van.
I'm just gonna run it.
Okay. Don't run into me.
Alright, I'm just gonna run the motor. Let the oil go through it a little bit.
It's slow.
I wonder if that's the flywheel. I never really thought about those parts before. And, down there's the alternator, of course, which I'm not going to touch, but over here. Kind of hard to see. There it is. Okay, now the garage is kind of going to smell, so what I'm going to do...
Turn it off.
Now what I'm going to do is clear this stuff out of the way and pull the van out here for a little bit.
I'll hold it. We're gonna put this in. If we don't, we're running into the woods. It's not a good thing. Hey!
Yeah, that's the extra support because this ramp is broken. And our board, which caught most of the oil, but not all of it.
Tools to fix the van.
Yeah. Or change the oil in this case. Or bikes. Kickstand. Random stuff. Bench. Now this is specifically for Honda Odysseys, but we have the maintenance required light there. Wait! Not yet. You want to turn off the maintenance required light. So you'll push and hold. Actually, I'll need you to hold it right here. So push and hold this thing for a number of seconds, and then you'll turn the key, and you'll continue to hold it, and And then the maintenance required light, which is over here. Don't shift. There, see, it just went out. Okay, so that's how you do that. Now, would you stop playing with the controls? I'm not gonna let you up here anymore.
No, I am going to.
No, I think Mom would be pleased if you weren't up here. Okay, so oil, it's kind of hard to get off the hands, so it's one thing I've found that seems to take it off pretty well. You don't want to use too much of it. This is it's the original, I think. Pine Sol cleans and deodorizes, so you get the oil smell off. It's not generally for hands, so I don't leave it on too long. Probably a little more harsh. Abrasive, I think is the word. And then, of course, I have the regular soap. Bar soap too. Just wash that out. Alright, my hands feel like my hands again. Alright, one more thing to check, which is very dark here. Transmission fluid. And again, you want to check this on a level. Okay. We'll lock this up here. I'm going to wipe this off. This is a clean paper. Not using the same one I did for oil because, well, that would just be foolish. You don't want oil in the transmission area. Okay. Yeah, I guess that's alright. May need to put more soon. But for now, that's gonna be good.
Thank you for watching.